So Benere posted an image of 3 emojis, one of them being a bird, blue fire, and a ring. Now, a lot of people are very confused on what this means, but as we all know, a bird with blue fire is Tori. But what does the ring mean? Tori with a ring. Now, I am not sure. The first thing I thought of was maybe because Tori is healing, maybe they'll bring in rings to the game or something that you can self-heal with, even though I don't see how that makes any sense, but it is possible. That's one theory. The second theory I have is that Tori will have a move which will look like something like a ring. Maybe it will be like a ring of blue fire, which would be similar to a certain move. Basically, maybe it's the pineapple move, which he creates a tornado, I think, a fire. That's the second. I feel like that makes more sense. It's better than the first fear, which is a literal self-healing ring, which makes no sense in a One Piece game. And the third and last theory is that, you know, they'll probably add a ring to the model. Now, I don't believe this theory at all, because what's the point in adding a ring to the actual Tori model? You know, and they've been done with the Tori remodeling already. He said he was done with it 2 weeks ago. And so I believe maybe this has to do with the rework. And so since the rework is not finished, I don't think it's finished yet. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna assume that all the moves are being reworked, and so this means that, you know, maybe they're adding new types of moves. Maybe right now they're adding a Tori AoE ring attack. I mean, it's like a circular attack that attacks like everybody inside the ring or inside that circle he creates with the pineapple tornado, whatever it's called. Hopefully that's the case. If not, because for you, as I was wrong, I mean, Benere doesn't usually, you know, troll us or like lie or just post random emojis. Sometimes he posts, just random stuff and text, but he never does like what Free does, where he says a certain something that is like indicating of a sneak peek, but then lies about it. Most of the times, you know, when he talks about something in game that's coming, he usually is not lying, or trolling. So I believe this is the same. It relates to Tori and it's a ring. I'm gonna assume it's a move. Marco Chitudo, what do you think? What do you think this could possibly be? Since Tori has been reworked and remodeled these couple of weeks by Benere, we are most likely getting a whole overhaul of Tori. When the update 5 rolls out, no, actually it's coming update 6, so when update 6 comes out with the whole newly perfect looking Tori with completely new moves, completely new model, and having just looking more high quality than ever. And hopefully what they do is so it's at the same tier, has as many moves as, you know, possible. Just make it super, you know, good, because that is what a mythical is supposed to be. Mochi is supposed to be very good. It's supposed to be almost one of the strongest fruits in the game. It's supposed to surpass the legendary. It's supposed to be better than Mago Pika and Mera. Why is it weaker, you know? So mythicals should be a lot stronger than the legendaries. It just makes sense. It's rarer, so it should be stronger. That's how it should work in my eyes. Since it's harder to get, it should be, you know, as a reward you get this very, very busted, you know, strong fruit, and that will in itself increase the value of mythicals, meaning that, you know, if you get those, you can get a big payoff rather than what it is now. Tourists currently are just, you know, up there because they are rare. If they're also strong and they're very, very, you know, if the fruit is good in PvP, PvE, you know, that makes the fruit, you know, a lot more higher value, which it should be. Unlike something that has no value and shouldn't have any value, it's a candy cane. Candy cane is not necessarily, let's say, a very, very, you know, outside of PvP, it's not really used much, but it's valued highly. So if it had a good use in PvE, it would be a higher value, but stuff like that shouldn't be higher value than, let's say, something as good as a, you know, a very, very strong mythical dairy fruit, right, in my eyes. But of course, it's unobtainable, it's very rare, and it's, you know, something that people want and high demanding, and it's a vanity thing. So I don't blame people for wanting those. Just saying that something as rare as it's like 0.1% or whatever it is, 1%, should not be so weak. You know, it should be one of the strongest. Therefore, every mythical should be very strong, stronger than the legendaries at least. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Check out the video I made yesterday. We got the actual release date for update 5. So check that out if you want to know the release date for update 5.